Well, Marcus, you three have donated over 600 photographs documenting the Japanese invasion of Shanghai back in the 1930s, images that had been hidden in your family for decades. So what was it like when you saw those photos for the first time, especially some of the more graphic ones?
Well, at first, I was there to watch some normal pictures of my grandparents, but actually, I found those and it was absolutely horrible. Of course, horrible feelings.
How did you discover those photos?
I was looking for some and they were hidden in the garage of my parents' home.
And what did they say to you?
Well, they told me that normally I didn't have to watch these kind of photos, but I watched them.
And how did you feel about those photos? I would like to show you some of the photos that you have shared with the Chinese Museum. So this is one of them. Can you tell us about this particular photograph?
Yes, it says under incident sino-japonais, conséquence d'un bombardement, it means consequence of a bombing. Yes, so this is a very graphical photograph. You can see a car burning.
A car burning in there. Yeah, and
Street.
how about this one? I can see two men holding the hand of a Chinese boy from what I can get there.
Yes, this is the son of my grandfather best friends, and my grandfather is with another friend. He had a lot of Chinese friends in Shanghai. He was very close to population.
So what does it say here in French, that is?
It says you need to turn it.
And
Yeah, you need to turn.
sorry.
No, no worries. So it says l'ami choqué, mes langues, doux baiser, à vous deux, le tien, Roger Pierre, at Zikawe. It means my friend Choqué and Meilong. Meilong is the name of the boy. Warm kissings to you too, because he was sending this to my grandmother and Mark, his first son. And it was taken at Zikawe in
I
Shanghai.
see. And then the last one I would like to show you is in this. What does it say? I can see that in the picture that someone has been carried out on a stretcher.
Yeah, so this last one, yes, it says bomb that by mistake made 500 victims in front of the shops. Yes, of course, you are showing us pictures of the wars, right? But we're also here to talk about peace, and which is very important.
Yeah, it is very important now, especially now. So what would you like to say to the audience?
About this idea of peace, of course, we don't hate.
And also about donating those photos to a Chinese museum at this point.
Yes, sure. Well, first of all, out of watching atrocities and other, we're also here to come back with the truth and show it to the rest of the world. That's for us the best act of peace that we may do. Yes, a lot of people don't understand this project, and also in Westerners don't understand this, so we're here to show them.
And what do you think is the reason that most of the Westerners don't know much about this episode of history?
Sorry, what do you say?
What do you think is the reason why a lot of Westerners don't know about this episode of history?
Because they don't learn this at school. No one taught them. Yes, they only care about the history of Europe and the United States. But yeah, and also museums are in China, yes, and in Chinese. So whether it's about Westerners or visitors, they don't have the opportunity to learn.
I see. And what made you decide to donate the collection to China? How did the process come about? I understand it can be very complicated.
No, it was not that complicated. It has been handled by professionals. So, and also us three, we've been working during like 468 days to this donation. So everyone had its role to play. Yes. So of course we had Zhong Haosong and Bastien Rata, myself, we've been working on.
And what did
And
they
thanks
say
God
to
we were
you?
three.
What did they say to you when you three said that we have some photos that was like to donate to you?
Well, at first, no one knew exactly how to react, right? But after some discussions, they understood it was a very big matter, and we were really into this act of giving. So yes. So at first, I didn't know importance myself of this donation, and then Zhong Haosong and Bastien Rata told me how important it was for history and for Chinese people.
And you have been very active on social media, on TikTok, on Douyin, raising awareness of Japan's wartime aggression in China. So what kind of feedback have you received, both from audiences in China and in your home country in France?
Actually, quite bad feedbacks, right? In France, we have two choices: or they don't really care, or they are more likely to be behind Japan and the US. So for us, it was complicated. But in China, we had very, very good feedbacks.
And what
We're behind us since the beginning.
can you give me some examples that some of the feedback you have got from China and some of them from France?
Oh, well, we had a lot of different comments, whether it was during Jubo, for example, or on our publications, people saying Jayo, people saying, please come to China. It's very important for us. From France, well, let's say bad comments on social platforms, mainly like YouTube, for example, or even on some more social platforms like LinkedIn. I've been talking a wee bit about this. Also, for me, I lost a lot of clients because a lot of them considered that as I was working with China, and when we are working with China, we are working against, apparently, according to them. So yes.
You know, guys, of course it's worth it. It's
Yeah,
obvious, right?
yeah.
And this project is not only about the donation. The donation is one part of the project.
Yeah.
We come to China, all the museums are in Chinese, and then we say that Western people don't know about those events. Of course, there is a lot of problems in Europe about learning that, but also I think that people in Europe, they need people like us to talk about it on social network and social media. We have to, right?
And do you think that we should have more efforts, to promote raise the awareness of what's happened in the past? And do you think that we should apply what we have learned from the past decades for now?
I think the Chinese people, they do a lot of efforts for promoting that. It's just not easy because those topics, they look a bit difficult to talk. Like, how can you tell a child using a picture of Lao Tzu about
Yeah.
the war? I mean, if you go to any Chinese museum, it's very hard to see that. And a lot of people, younger generation, they don't even go to museum anymore. So we have to change the angle and the way to educate kids for promoting peace. That's why I think it's more important to talk about peace than to talk about war.
Yeah.
And I know some of pictures that look shocking to people. And yeah, we should maybe say that look at Shanghai and Waitan, it was developed, it was Fanhua. And then the Japanese people came, destroyed everything. And only in time of peace that China can build and be developed as it is today. So this is maybe the angle we should do these kind of interviews according to us.
So about peace, and what would you like to say to the audiences, not only in China but beyond?
For peace, I think to have peace, we first need to know what are those events and how they happened, and then we can try to not make them happen again.